Good morning, students. This is class 9th, and today we will study third chapter. Third chapter, atoms and molecules. In the previous chapter, we have learnt about matter. The idea of divisibility of matter was considered long back in India, around 500 BC. Maharishi Kanad, an Indian philosopher, discussed in it in his Darshan Vaisheshik Darshan. He said, if we go on dividing matter, we shall get a smaller and smaller particles. A stage would come beyond which a further division will not be possible. He named these particles as Parmanu. This concept was further elaborated by another Indian philosopher, Pakuda Katyayan. He said that these particles normally exist in a combined form which gives us various forms of matter around the same era. An ancient Greek philosopher, Democritus, and Leucippus suggested that if we go on dividing matter, a stage will come when further division of particles will not be possible. Democritus called these individual particles atoms, which means indivisible. These ideas were based on philosophical considerations. Experimental work to validate these ideas could not be done till the 18th century. However, today we know what an atom is and how it is responsible for different properties of substances. In this chapter, we will study about atoms and molecules and related aspects like atomic and molecular masses, mole concept and molar masses. We shall also learn how to write chemical formula of a compound. Laws of chemical combinations. By studying the result of quantitative measurement of many reactions, it was observed that whenever substances react, they know certain laws. These laws are called the law of chemical combination. These are law of conservation of mass, law of constant properties, law of multiple proportions. The law of conservation of mass. The law of conservation of mass refers to the total mass in chemical reactions. When we study the combining mass ratios in chemical reactions, other interesting relationships emerge. The law of conservation of mass and conservation of energy must therefore be combined into a single law of conservation of mass plus energy. The law of conservation of mass is an approximation. However, in chemical transformations, the amount of mass lost or gains are always too small to measure. Means they are negligible. The law of conservation of mass. When we combine two or more than two substances, two and more atoms, and get another new substances, so the total mass of reactants is equal to total mass of products. As carbon and oxygen combine and gives carbon dioxide, the 12 plus 32, 44. And mass of carbon dioxide also 44. We see other examples also. If 10 gram of CaCO3 on heating gave 4.4 gram of carbon dioxide and 5.6 gram of CaO, so we can see that mass of reactants 10 gram, mass of products 4.4 plus 5.6 also 10 gram. So it accepts the law of conservation of mass. Next example, how much oxygen will add with 12 gram of carbon to give 44 gram of carbon dioxide, assuming complete combustion of carbon. So according to the law of conservation, 12 plus x is equal to 44, x is equal to 12 minus 44, mass of carbon plus mass of oxygen is equal to mass of carbon dioxide. So 12 plus x is equal to 44. The x is equal to 44 minus 12, 32 gram. Goodbye.